Ocean Gate's Titan submarine started its journey from St. John Port, Canada. The location at which it had to dive into the ocean was 700 kilometers away from St. John in North Atlantic Ocean. At this point, under the freezing water of the ocean, there lies Titanic Shipwreck. This journey started on Saturday, 17th June 2023, and according to the plan, the Titan had to be launched into the water on the next day, Sunday, at 8 a.m. Before the dive, there was noticed an issue in the Titan submarine, but despite knowing that tourists risked their lives and the submarine was released into the ocean, the conversation between the Titan and the mother boat, Polar Prince, is leaked and confirms that the ignored issue was the cause of the incident. What actually was that issue? Let's check the transcript received from Titan and see what really happened there. 7:52 a.m., top clear for descent. Enjoy the ride. 7:54, sub, descending now. 7:58, sub, launch sequence complete, ready. 8 o'clock, top, all clear. 8:1, sub, proceeding. 8:3, top, enjoy the dive, gentlemen. 8:19, top, you're 15 minutes into the dive, current depth. Systems check, please. 8:21, subsystems check complete, all in order. All lights are green. We are 756 meters, proceeding. 8:22, top, thank you. Proceed. 8:34, top, 30 minutes in, update, please. 8:34, sub, all systems are functioning normally. We're in good shape. Continuing our descent as planned. 8:36, top, superb, proceed. 8:49, top, over 45-minute mark. Current depth, confirm status. 8:51, sub depth at 1934 meters. All systems stable and descent continuing as planned. Happy crew. 8:52, top, excellent. 9:1, top, you're at the hour mark. 9:2, sub, all is smooth sailing here. 9:15, top, you are at 75 minutes, depth. Status, do you need to adjust velocity? 9:17, sub, all under control. At 2960 meters, no adjustments needed. We're enjoying the ride. 9:19, top, understood. 9:28, sub, we're noting an alarm from the RTM. RTM means real-time full health monitoring. In simple words, RTM indicates the pressure applied on the submersible. If it's red, then it means there is a lot of pressure on the submersible and it's dangerous. 9:28, sub, reducing velocity descent, depth 3433 meters. 9:28, top, understood. Do you need to ascend? 9:30, sub, no change with thrust, the rate of descent is increasing. At 35, going to release the ballast now. Stand by. Here the ballast means any weight in the ship, which may be water or any other heavy object. Releasing that reduces the total weight of the ship or submersible. 9:30, top, yes, agree, release the ballast. 9:32, sub, no improvement. Preparing to jettison the frame. 9:33, top, affirmative. Update when able. RTM indicator status. 9:35, subframe jettison, multiple attempts needed, but starting the ascent now. 9:36, top, multiple attempts. What is your status? RTM indicators. Depth. 9:37, top, update please when able. 9:38, sub, crackling sound at aft. Here comes the main point, the cracking sound. And to the surprise, the CEO of Ocean Gate, Stockton Rush, who was controlling the ship himself, already knew about this problem. He already knew that this problem can occur, but despite this, he was too confident about his design of the submersible that he ignored that, said in an interview in 2021 that he knew that while making the Titan, he broke some rules, because he didn't make the Titan with steel but with aviation-grade carbon fiber. But he wanted to do some new innovation in the industry. That's why he replaced steel with carbon fiber. 9:38, top, can you identify source? RTM indicator status. 9:40, sub, negative. 9:40, top, RTM status. 9:42, sub, trying to run diagnostics. Ascending now, but very slow. Sounds have subsided. Global RTM alert active, all red. All red means at that time there was too much pressure on the submersible from all sides of it. For sure it was the pressure of the water. Normally at the depth they were, the pressure, there's 5,800 psi. 9:42, top, understood. Any codes? Depth? Ascent rate? 9:43, top, updates when able please. Sub, slow ascent in progress. Quarter predicted, unclear, Y rate is small. No indicator. At 3476 meters, aiming for the surface. 9:44, top, we are talking it over with the engineer, standby. 9:45, top depth and status, please. What's the wattage on upwards thrust? 9:46. Sub, reading red on the power bus. I switched to B at 3457 meters, more sounds aft. 9:47, top understood, continue ascent. Talking to Carlos about power bus situation right now. Stand by. 9:48, top, we are activating recovery procedures. Carlos is requesting wattage output from bus B, status update, please. Velocity of ascent? 9:50, top, we're not receiving you. Update, please. 9:51, top, status and depth report. 9:53, top, we need you to respond with status and depth. Carlos is requesting wattage update on thrusters. 9:55, top, we are unable to read you. We are moving to recovery coordinates. Report if you read. 9:57, top, please respond if you're able. And you know what happened next. The crew on the mothership broke a sweat. Canadian research vessel Polar Prince started the investigation. They contacted the U.S. Coast Guard and asked for help. The next day, on Monday, the U.S. and Canadian ships and planes started a proper search operation. Not only the surface, but they also searched underwater by using sonar scanning technology. Commercial vessels in that area were also asked to inform the team if they find any clue about the submarine. A search continued for the next 2 days, but still, there were no clues about the Titan. But then there glimpsed a ray of hope. On Wednesday, 21st June at 6 in the morning, there were recorded some sound waves of the underwater radars. ROVs, remotely operating vehicles, were immediately sent toward the sound waves. But to bad luck, still there found no clues about the Titan again. Now the fear to lose the Titan forever increased because the oxygen in the submarine was of just 96 hours or 4 days. And by that time, 3 out of 4 days were passed. But the US, Canada, and France search operation team were still doing their best. On Thursday, 22nd June, ROVs were sent toward the Titanic Shipwreck. After 3 hours, ROV reached the Titanic Shipwreck and everyone saw a really shocking scene. The tail of the Titan submarine was lying just 1,600 feet away from the Titanic. For the first time before the launch, the Titan was tested underwater at the pressure of 5,000 to 10,000 psi, and the Titan passed the test. But experts say that under the ocean there are many circumstances that can affect the submarine. This does not just include the pressure, but also the water flow, which is produced due to waves. In 2018, an executive of Ocean Gate raised a voice against the carbon fiber body of the Titan submarine. He said that this issue will be noticed only a few milliseconds before the explosion of the submarine. And in reality, the same occurred. At the depth the Titan was, the experts say that it took only 0.3 seconds to explode.